Okay, and here we go again. This is a continuation of the Roman video, the skirmish video. I said I would show off my Carthaginians, and here they are laid out in front of us. It's the entire contents of the Carthaginian Clash of Spears box set by Victrix. They're all Victrix figures. There's no other line manufacturer in here. I did add an elephant, so he's not. The elephant does not come in the box. I just added him because I felt like I needed to have one, and they look great. Now, these figures, unlike the Roman figures, I felt the Roman figures, although they're excellent figures from Victrix, they're a little static. And for some reason, I don't know why, but the figures from the Carthaginians are just amazing figures. Out of the two sets, the Carthaginian set is fantastic. Fantastic enough that I actually want to buy another box set, or maybe the heavy infantry box set from Victrix, and even the Spanish. Now, I think that might be, I'm guessing, it might be because perhaps because the Roman sets came out earlier, that they've learned a lot, and the later releases have just gotten better and better and better, which is true for most companies. They get better at their craft as they go on. And the Spanish and the heavy infantry for the Carthaginians, and especially the Numidians, and the elephant too, they're proof of that. So let's get into this army again. This is for the Clash of Spears game, and also for the Saga version Age of Hannibal. Now here we have, well, let's start here. We have what are these? These are the slingers. Now these are an earlier set because they can be used with Greeks. And excuse the paint job, but I mean, it's done the same way as the last game. Sometimes if you just highlight the face and highlight a bit here and there, it's tabletop ready in no time. So there's 6 of them. Then there's 6 Numidians. Let's see, what Numidian can I use? Maybe I'll use this guy here. So here's a Numidian with his funky hairstyle. Maybe I'll show another one here without the weird hair. We'll do the Mohawk guy. Yep. There's something about the early sets of Victrix versus the later set. So this is an early set, and this is the later set skirmisher. It looks like the legs and the arms on the later set are more defined. They're a little thinner than the chunky. I don't know how to explain it. There's a visible difference to me between the earlier set and the later sets of figures from this company, and I like them. That's the Numidians. We'll do the Spanish next, the irregulars. Transfers. It might look like these transfers were hard to put on, but actually they were extremely easy. And when you put a transfer on a, let's say like me, you have a poorly painted figures, poorly painted figures, and then you put a nice transfer on, it just brings the army up a whole level. There's one. We'll do this guy next. There's a point on the table where people aren't really looking at the paint job, but looking at the transfer, thinking it's painted. I know my wife did. She was like, "Oh my God, how did you do that?" We'll show this fella here, just to completeness. Show the helmet of the guy. We'll do the Libyans next. Now with the Libyans, the hoplites, I decided to do their tunics a different color, just to differentiate them. Man, I really need to figure out this camera zoom thing. There's one dude. Here's another guy. So he's got a bright blue tunic. And we'll do a yellow fella here. He's got a yellow one. I just figured it looked a little better. It's uniform, but not uniform at the same time. I also, here's a purple one. Maybe we'll show the purple guy off. Boy, oh boy, I'm terrible at camera work. But I figured I'd do bright colors just to show off some differences. Now we'll do the African veterans next. And these were a joy to paint. I love these figures. The helmet styles, just do a little bit of extra detail on the helmet. It doesn't always have to be one color, and it really just brings out the figures so well. I mean, the chainmail looks great. The spear looks in scale. Sometimes you'll get a plastic figure where the spear is way too thick, and that is a crime I think the Victrix Romans suffer from. But again, that's an earlier kit, I believe. I'm just going to grab one to show you. Here's the Roman. Now he looks like he's holding on to a telegraph pole, or he's going to. That is a can you imagine how heavy that spear would be? And now we go up next to the. I hope this comes into focus here. So look at the thickness difference. It's like this one's double as thick as this one. Anyway, it's noticeable but doesn't bother me. I just can tell which is a more current kit. We'll try this guy here. Now, Little Big Man Studios, who makes these, I believe, who makes these decals or transfers, they're amazing. I mean, the Carthaginian set has so many cool designs. Like what a way to up your game in your miniature. Now, if you haven't bought these things, I mean, to me they come fairly rapidly. I order them 1 week, I have them a week later, and yeah, it costs a bit of money, but I mean, just look at what it does to your army. Sure, 30, 40 Canadian dollars for the decals, but you'll get that back if you ever wanted to sell them again. There's that guy. We'll do this guy here next. So I think I figured out the camera thing. I just think I need to hold it closer to the camera. Too bad I learned that at the end. But there we go. There's him. I know, sorry, just one more thing about him. All the decals also have a top and a bottom side. Stop tapping the camera, Derek. They have, the bottom is actually faded or has like dust on it. I wonder, well, this guy here might show that off a little better. Not quite, but I'll find one where it shows more clearly that the bottom is dusty. It's a really nice detail that they didn't have to put in, but they did. Awesome figures. The commander figures, again, they suffer from the same thing as the Romans. The commander figures, I actually don't think they're that posable. You only have a couple of options. But he definitely has distinctive scaling there. Here's the flag guy. Looks very Macedonian, but hey, the shield tells you all you need to know about his loyalties. We'll do the Numidian horse. Now, I always don't put a lot of effort into the horses. I don't know why. I just can't paint horses. So Contrast painted the horses, and I think it's fine. That is an actual decal. Stop tapping it. That is a decal from Little Big Man Studios. I mean, Numidian cavalry and skirmishers are probably the easiest thing to paint in your life. So don't be intimidated. If you want an easy figure to an easy army to paint, create a Numidian army. And we'll do the elephant last. So here's the elephant. It is really difficult to get skin tone on an elephant correct, so I did my best. It initially came out to be a little purpley, and I had to make it grayish or blue it, put some more blue tint to it. But the decals on the, I guess, what's this called? A Huda? I can't remember. But the decal on this little castle top piece and the blanket, that's Little Big Man Studios as well. And it was fairly difficult to put on, but it wasn't impossible. I mean, these... Where's my pen? I'll get my pen out here and I'll show you. That there was that was a tiny little decal there and there. But otherwise, I think it makes the model look just fantastic. Now, you'll notice on the front here, you'll have this really intricate design there. Well, I didn't even know what the hell these were on the decal sheet, and I threw them out. So that's why the back are painted, because I lost them. And there's nothing more desperate than seeing your husband rummage through a garbage bin for a tiny little scrap of paper when he spent all week decaling and labeling all his figures. There is a lot of cut up pieces of paper in the garbage bin, and I went through every single bloody one of them. I still couldn't find it. Now, I don't know about the posing of the two guys up at the front, but the only way I could make them look natural was if one was actually facing the opposite way, and I didn't like that idea, so I had them both facing this way here, kind of like they're shooting down towards something on the ground here. But I mean, that's the Carthaginian elephant. Again, he was not part of the box set. So if you're thinking he was, I'm sorry, no, he wasn't. And that's it. That's the Carthaginians. I'll show off the box first. I mean, I can't paint as good as that, especially the eyes. But if you want to collect ancients and for skirmish, this was $60 Canadian. So what's that? $44 American. You know, what's that? 35 euros? I can't remember. I don't know the currency rates, but this was a fantastic set. So if you see one of these box sets and you're thinking about doing this, this is by far the best one. Again, I have paint on my nails there because I was painting again this morning. But there you go. Knock yourselves out. An excellent set. And I hope you find this informative or useful. Or you might be getting tired of me showing off all these things, but it gets me through my day, and I enjoy showing them and getting them out of their little cases for a while. So you can see here I have my Romans that I showed off earlier. They're in the case, and the Carthaginians are just going to go sit in beside them and have a little fight or a stare down. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you later.